Good afternoon. Did you know that coffee is the world's most popular drug? Yes, coffee is a drug. It is a stimulant. Stimulants are psychoactive drugs that increase brain activity. Stimulants are drugs widely used in the world today. Some are legal and some are illegal. But what do we really know about stimulants and what we're putting into our bodies? Legal stimulants consist of caffeine and nicotine. Caffeine can be found in drinks, commonly coffee, food, and medications. It is also added to certain medications to counteract depression or drowsy effects. Nicotine is added to cigarettes because of the rate of addictiveness it has on its customers. Illegal stimulants consist of amphetamines, MDMA, which is also known as ecstasy, and cocaine. Amphetamines can be used by nasal or oral injection, or they can be injected. They give the users a sense of power, strength, and as well as enhanced motivation. The street name for amphetamines range, but they're most commonly known as uppers. MDMA, which is most commonly known as ecstasy, is a pill taken orally that produces a feeling of increased energy, euphoria, and distortions of time and perception. Cocaine can be used by nasal insertion, it can be smoked, or it can be injected, and it also gives the user a sense of euphoria. The street name for cocaine varies from Blow, Snow White, and Ready Rock, etc. Stimulants are drugs that can be very easily accessed to any given person. That's why it's so hard to determine which specific group are the primary users of the drugs. MDMA is most common to young people who attend clubs and raves and things like that. Amphetamine users are considered to be older and live in a more rural population, while cocaine users are primarily low-income Americans. Did you know that cigarettes are so deadly that they cause 20% of deaths in the US? According to the American Lung Association, each year, more Americans die from smoke-related diseases than from AIDS, drug abuse, car accidents, and murder combined. Cigarette smoking is the major cause of emphysema, lung cancer, chronic bronchitis, heart disease, and stroke. Again, cigarettes are legal stimulants. When it comes to cocaine, many cocaine users report that they seek but fail to achieve the same experience as they had their first time. Some users will increase their dose in attempts to intensify and prolong the effect, but this can also increase the risk of developing psychological or physiological effects that cannot be reversed. Cocaine causes a buildup of dopamine in the brain, which increases pleasure signals in the brain. And over increased periods of time, the effect of the drug will become less and less, inevitably causing the user to become addicted or to even overdose. Long-term effects include increased risk of heart disease, coronary thrombosis, which is a formation of clots in the coronary arteries and blood vessels, and it can also cause peptic ulcers. Also, cocaine can kill you the first time you use it. MDMA, which again is most commonly known as ecstasy, can cause a marked increase in body temperature, also known as hypothermia. And hypothermia can lead to muscle breakdown, which can in turn result in kidney failure and dehydration, hypertension, and heart failure may occur to certain susceptible individuals. Repeated use over a short interval of time can lead to high levels of drug in the body, which increases the risk of harm. And MDMA affects the brain by making the brain create more serotonin, which heightens your senses to pleasure, touch, and temperature. And the after effects can consist of confusion, depression, sleep problems, anxiety, and etc., etc. Amphetamines affect the brain by causing a buildup of dopamine, and after prolonged exposure to the drug can result in symptoms close to Parkinson's disease, which is a severe movement disorder. Heavy users of amphetamines may be prone to sudden violent and irrational acts, and these result from drug-induced self-centeredness, distortion of perception, and delusions that other people are threatening or persecuting them. So basically, as you can see, with most of these drugs, the after effects outweigh the temptation of trying the drug in order to reach euphoria. Knowing that some of these consequences could be death, would you still try them? I hope you can take this information into consideration the next time someone offers you ecstasy at the club, or you're tempted to smoke a cigarette, or simply pour yourself a cup of coffee in the morning. Thank you for your time.